Good morning, my beautiful friends. This is your wake up call with Maui Paul. I am Maui Paul. We are here today to say some nice things about ourselves. And the question of the day was, how do you express yourself? Because all of us express ourselves in different ways. I was thinking about this. I was thinking about this yesterday as I was getting my hair cut. My friend May came over and cut my hair. And as she was cutting my hair, which I think turned out really nice, but as she was cutting my hair, I was just reminded of a time when I was over in Hawaii, and I was over at one of the barber colleges over there, and I was getting my hair cut by a person who taught other people how to cut hair. And as he was cutting my hair, he was explaining the concepts of how you cut hair. He was talking about how, he was talking about face shape, and he was talking about he's like, look at the angles of his face, and then what you want to do is you want to mirror the angles of the face in the angles of the haircut, and so that the whole thing looks cohesive. And I was just thinking to myself, wow, we can express ourselves in all kinds of amazing ways. And so I was curious as to how we can express ourselves today. So the question today is, how do you express yourself? And Armando says tacos. Well, tacos is a great way to express yourself, Armando. Anyways, just want to say good morning to everybody. Let's have some fun today. Let's say some nice things about ourselves. I'm gonna pull a card off my I am deck, and I'm gonna ask you if you are the affirmation on the card. What I'd like for you to do is to say out loud, "I am that affirmation." And as we affirm these things together, we are really building into our own lives. So I want to say good morning to everybody's here. Looks like Dan is here, Lauren, Armando. Good morning. Good morning. Looks like Selena, Shauna are here. Good morning to you as well. It is good to see you here. All right. Let's pull a card and let's get to it by saying that today I am artistic. I am artistic. My creativity finds genuine expression. So I am artistic. My creativity finds genuine expression. Are you artistic? You are artistic. Your creativity finds genuine expression. And I'm going to write that down in the comments that I am artistic, that my creativity finds genuine expression. And as I do that, I am speaking that into my own life. And I encourage you to do the same exact thing. Uh, I am artistic. We are artistic people. I was once talking with somebody, and they were lamenting the fact that they were not artistic. They were lamenting. They were like, oh, all the other people around me have artistic abilities and not me. I'm not one of those people. And as they were talking to me about that, it really struck me that we are all artistic. Life is art. We are all creating this beautiful thing called our lives. And our lives have this unique character to them. Like, I'm the only person who's ever going to live the life that I'm living. You're the only person who's ever going to live the life that you're living. And so, why not just make it as creative and beautiful as possible? I was talking to an artist once, and I said, how do you know like what you want to create? And she said, I just look to see where there's something that isn't very pretty, and then I make it more pretty. She said, I decide that I'm going to do that everywhere. Everywhere I go, if I see something and I don't think it's pretty enough, I'm going to make it more pretty. And that's exactly what she did. And that was her life. That was her art. But we are artistic, and even when cutting our fingers, goodness, I've done some art that involved getting bruises myself. Um, we are artistic people, and so we have to understand that we're always creating, that we're always doing work, even if we're getting paid for it or not. Doesn't really matter. We are always there. We are. Now my camera's better. We are always doing work. We are always doing something. And since we are always creating, since life itself is the process of creativity, then we uh, we have the ability to find genuine expression through it. And yes, Dan, elaborate spreadsheets absolutely 100% count. In fact, I'll tell you a story. So I used to do metalworking, and I did tool and die stuff. And I did not think that tool and die stuff was very artistic, because in order for the die to work, in order for in order for this piece of machine tooling to work, we had to hold it to tolerances that were in some cases plus or minus 2/10 of a thousandth of an inch or 50 millionths of an inch. And so I didn't necessarily think that what I did was artistic. I thought that what I did was technical. And one day we were trying to figure out how to basically equally space, 6 cavities along a runner system. And we were just basically drawing these circles and putting lines in between them. And as we did it, and as we came up with a solution to this, because just one of the technical challenges of tool and die is that the all of the material that fills in these cavities all comes in from one location, and then we have to spread it out into multiple locations, and we have to do it equally. Otherwise, the pressures aren't equal, and then some of them fill faster than others, and it just creates a big mess. And so as we were doing that, as we were trying to figure out how to make 1 into 6 in an equal way within the confines of the press that it would be going into, within the structural confines of the tool itself, as we were doing that, it really struck me. I was like, wait, we're doing art. We are figuring it out. It's the tool maker's art, but it's art nonetheless. It's not paint on canvas, but it's art nonetheless. And so, yes, indeed, we are artistic. And yes, indeed, spreadsheets and complex spreadsheets are art. What all of us do is art. We are all very creative people. We are all creating all the time. All of us are. From the moment that we get up, we are creating. We are seeing the world around us, and we're seeing something that isn't the way that we want it to be. And so we are changing that up some. We're saying, well, it's not the way we want it, and so let's do something different. We are artists, all of us. Our creativity finds genuine expression. And the more genuine our expression, the happier we are in creating the art. Since we're all creating anyways, let's create things we want to create. Let's create things that bring us joy in the creative process. Why on earth would we want to create something that we don't like? I actually worked with a guy once, and he had, in spite of himself, built an incredibly successful business. Like a business to the point where people were literally throwing money at him to continue doing this business. And he really didn't like running it. The guy could have used a manager really badly, but he didn't really know how to have one of those, and so he was still running his business. And he was very much an artist. I mean, he enjoyed the work that his lowest paid employees did. That was where you could find him at any given day, not in his office being the big shot smoking a big cigar, but up on the front lines doing the same exact work that the people who he paid minimum wage were doing. That was his favorite part of it. And what was so interesting about it was, he had built this business, and it struck me that perhaps building that business and having all these people throw so much money at him wasn't actually what he wanted to do. And so I watched as he would very begrudgingly run his business. He hated that part of it. But at the same time, he was so successful at it, and he was very good at what he did, probably because he derived his greatest joy from making sure the end product was amazing, which was, what his lowest paid employees did. The lowest paid people on his production line were the ones who had the ultimate authority, I guess, to actually release the products into the world. And it just struck me as I watched him run the business, and he hated running the business. But as I watched him do it, I said, okay, this is a life lesson for me to make sure that whatever I'm building, even if it's awesome, even if it's profitable, even if it's something that everybody in the world around me wants to have, make sure that whatever it is that I'm building is something that I want and that I like and that I desire and that it brings me joy to build it. Because otherwise I'm going to end up in the same exact position of having built something that kind of is like handcuffs to me. I thought that business of his was like handcuffs to him. He would have been very wise to sell it, and to sell it and then just start working in it for somebody else. Let somebody else run the thing and let them do it on the power of his reputation, and have him just be the quality control guy at the end who was doing the scut work. So I am artistic. We are artistic people. Our creativity finds genuine expression. And so let's make sure that as we are going out today, as we're moving through the world, that whatever it is that we create, that we like it, that we want to be doing it, that we enjoy it. I recently started a new job, and the job is fun to me. Like it's enjoyable. I have fun doing it. And if I didn't have fun doing it, I wouldn't do it, because I know enough now to know that my time is so incredibly valuable, and that I need to make sure that the things that I fill it with are things that are fulfilling for me. And so I was very intentional before I got the job, and I'm very intentional as I do it, to ensure that the way that the way that I spend my days, whether I'm being paid for it or not, are doing projects that I like, are working with people that I like, are doing things that I find personally fulfilling for my own reasons. So let's go be the artists that we are today. Life is art. From the moment we wake up till the moment we go to bed, we are creating art. And even after we sleep, oftentimes we will dream and we are creating art. And when we get up again, we're energized for the day, and we have the ability to go through life once more and create whatever we want. And so let's create cool stuff. Our creativity should find genuine expression, and that we should never feel forced to be doing the creativity that we are doing. And that includes spreadsheets. And while spreadsheets might not seem like they are artistic, they absolutely are. I have created many of spreadsheets, and each and every one of them was an exercise in problem solving, an exercise in how do I manage and organize this data the way that, in the most efficient and effective way. What should my formulas look like? How do I take a jumble of information and turn it into something beautiful? Because the fact is that information is beautiful no matter how it's being presented. So let's make sure that we present it in a good way. Spreadsheets are art. So is cat food. So is everything that Maya creates. I know, Maya, you're a prolific artist. The comic book about your career is in the background of my image right now. See if you can spot it. But yeah, we are artists. All of us are, and our creativity finds genuine expression. So right now, today, my creativity found genuine expression in the wake up call, and tomorrow it will as well. So until then, guys, I will talk to you tomorrow. I'll be back at 9 a.m. and we'll go through yet another card. So I want to say thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for supporting the broadcast. I appreciate it when you share it, and really help to expand this message. I think the world needs more people in it, telling them that life is art, and that we have the ability to make it in our own image. And you're very right, Maya. Explaining data to others does take a lot of artistry. It's like my previous career in tourism, I had to tell people what to do, but I had to tell them what to do in the nicest possible way, because they had spent 5 figures to even be in my presence. And so my job was to be the absolute nicest authoritarian. All right. Well, I will talk to you guys later. Brenda Jean, you have not missed anything at all. Your life is art as well, and you can always catch the replay. But I appreciate all of you. I love you. I care about you, and I will talk to you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Until then, aloha from paradise.